In a moment fraught with political tension and emotional weight, the Zambian church has emerged as a stabilizing force in the unfolding dispute surrounding the funeral arrangements of former President Edgar Lungu. What began as a contentious standoff between the ruling government and the opposition Patriotic Front, PF, over the ceremonial handling of Lungu's passing has now taken a more conciliatory turn, thanks to the intervention of religious leaders who have called for unity, dignity, and national healing. Their involvement not only offers a glimmer of hope in a polarized landscape, but also signals the possibility of closure for a nation still grappling with the legacy of one of its most controversial leaders. The dispute erupted shortly after Lungu's death was confirmed, with the PF demanding full state honors and accusing the government of politicizing the funeral process. Government officials, meanwhile, expressed concerns over the potential for unrest and insisted on a more controlled, less partisan approach. The impasse threatened to escalate into a broader political crisis, with supporters from both camps mobilizing and tensions rising across Lusaka and other urban centers. In this volatile context, the church's decision to step in was not merely symbolic, it was strategic, timely, and deeply rooted in Zambia's historical reliance on faith-based institutions as mediators in times of national uncertainty. Led by the Council of Churches in Zambia, CCZ, and the Zambia Conference of Catholic Bishops, ZCCB, the religious delegation issued a public statement urging all parties to prioritize the values of compassion, respect, and reconciliation. They proposed the formation of a multi-stakeholder funeral committee that would include representatives from the government, the PF, civil society, and Lungu's family. This committee, they argued, would ensure that the funeral proceedings reflect both the stature of the deceased and the collective aspirations of the Zambian people. The church emphasized that funerals are sacred moments that transcend political affiliation, and that the memory of a former head of state should be honored in a way that fosters unity rather than division. The church's intervention was met with cautious optimism. Within hours of the statement, key figures from both the PF and the government signaled their willingness to engage in dialogue. President Hakainde Hichilema, while maintaining his administration's stance on procedural integrity, acknowledged the church's role and expressed openness to compromise. PF Secretary General Raphael Nakachinda, known for his fiery rhetoric, also softened his tone, stating that the party was ready to work with all stakeholders to ensure a dignified farewell for Lungu. This shift in tone marked a significant de-escalation and opened the door to a more collaborative process. Beyond the immediate political implications, the church's involvement speaks to a deeper cultural and historical dynamic in Zambia. Religious institutions have long played a pivotal role in mediating political disputes, advocating for social justice, and providing moral guidance during periods of transition. From the post-Konda era to the democratic reforms of the 1990s, the church has consistently positioned itself as a guardian of national conscience. In this latest episode, its ability to convene dialogue and promote healing underscores its enduring relevance in Zambia's socio-political fabric. Moreover, the funeral standoff and its resolution offer a lens into the evolving nature of political memory and legacy in Zambia. Edgar Lungu's presidency was marked by both achievements and controversies, from infrastructure expansion and regional diplomacy to allegations of authoritarianism and economic mismanagement. His death has reignited debates about how former leaders should be remembered and who gets to shape that narrative. The church's call for inclusive remembrance challenges the tendency to either lionize or vilify political figures, advocating instead for a balanced reflection that honors human dignity and historical complexity. The church also proposed a series of commemorative events that go beyond the funeral itself. These include interdenominational prayer services, educational forums on Lungu's legacy, and community outreach programs aimed at promoting civic engagement and national unity. Such initiatives reflect a broader vision of mourning, not as a moment of closure, but as a catalyst for reflection, dialogue, and renewal. In doing so, the church is not only facilitating a peaceful transition, but also contributing to the long-term project of nation-building. From a media and public discourse perspective, the church's intervention has shifted the narrative. What was initially framed as a political showdown is now being reinterpreted as a moral and cultural reckoning. News outlets, social media platforms, and community radio stations have begun to highlight themes of reconciliation, shared history, and collective healing. This reframing is crucial for SEO-driven journalism as it aligns with trending keywords such as national unity, funeral diplomacy, church mediation, and Edgar Lungu legacy. By anchoring the story in these thematic clusters, journalists can ensure broader reach, deeper engagement, and sustained relevance in the digital news ecosystem. In conclusion, the church's role in resolving the Lungu funeral standoff is a testament to the power of moral leadership in times of political uncertainty. It demonstrates that even in moments of division, there are institutions capable of bridging gaps, fostering dialogue, and guiding the nation toward a more inclusive and respectful future. As Zambia prepares to bid farewell to Edgar Lungu, it does so not in the shadow of conflict, but in the light of hope. A hope kindled by faith, sustained by dialogue, and carried forward by a shared commitment to dignity and unity. In conclusion, the church's role in resolving the Lungu funeral standoff is a testament to the power of moral leadership in times of political uncertainty. It demonstrates that even in moments of division, there are institutions capable of bridging gaps, fostering dialogue, and guiding the nation toward a more inclusive and respectful future. As Zambia prepares to bid farewell to Edgar Lungu, it does so not in the shadow of conflict but in the light of hope, a hope kindled by faith, sustained by dialogue, and carried forward by a shared commitment to dignity and unity.